train services will run tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
They will run.
Yes. I mean, if you are not... if you're lucky enough to live in the half of the country, of the UK, where there are trains running, then you're absolutely fine. So let's start with Northern Ireland, absolutely normal. At the other end of the UK, the Isle of Wight. Don't laugh. The entire Isle of Wight rail network, which stretches for nearly 9 miles from Ryde to Shanklin, is going to be running absolutely normally from before 6 a.m. to after 11 p.m. So if you want to catch a train, that's the place to go. The rest of the UK, well, Wales is almost off limits. It's extraordinary. Nothing north of or west of Cardiff. Scotland, similarly, nothing north of Falkirk. So if you want to go to Aberdeen, Inverness, Fort William, anywhere like that, you're not going to be able to get there. However, if you are lucky enough to be in London and the South East, it's going to be fairly plausible suburban network running, as well as links from Ashford in Kent, Brighton in Sussex, Southampton, but not going to Bournemouth, Exeter from London, Paddington, also Bristol and Cardiff, continuing around the West Coast Main Line, Birmingham, Manchester, Glasgow, that will be running, Midland Main Line from London, St Pancras to Nottingham, Derby, Leicester, Sheffield, and then all the way round to the East Coast Main Line from London to Yorkshire and Newcastle and Edinburgh, and quite a lot of sort of busy links in the north of England and southern Scotland as well. So lots of trains running, and this is completely unlike. Let's go back to the summer of '89. Now, me and Kelvin are the only people on Earth who remember it.
And Colin.
Come on.
And Colin.
But I remember it very well because I was just coming back from a holiday in Turkey on one of the strike days, and I remember getting to Gatwick and spending almost as much in a taxi to get to London as I'd spent on the holiday. Now, tomorrow, you don't need to do that. 4 trains an hour, Gatwick to
Well, there's
London.
that point about the difference, Kelvin Mackenzie, but also in '89, I've read, I don't remember this, but I've read there were car parks, Hyde Park, Regent's Park, set aside for car parking.
Yeah, the truth about the matter was this was a much more dangerous economic problem, a national rail strike, than it's going to be this time. You're going to discover that actually it is a minor problem for you until everybody goes back to work. And on the days when there's not the strikes are on, yeah, the trains won't be there first thing in the morning, but they're going to be there at night. People have worked out, and I think COVID helped all this, and you are not having your life destroyed anymore by people who want to destroy it.
If I may, there will be an awful lot of frontline workers, exactly the sorts of people that the rail union should be supporting. Health workers, teachers, people who've got young people with exams. Those are exactly the people who are going to have to use the trains if they exist. And if they're not, they're going to be spending a fortune on taxis. Thank goodness the bus services are running normally. They'll be crowded. The roads will be busier than usual. So it's absolutely miserable, but there we are, a majority of 8-1 in favour of industrial action.
Yeah.
And,
well, they've got nothing. They've got nothing to lose, have they? They're going to get 3 days' money this week anyway, and on top of that, the unions are going to top up their pay. So basically, the weather's very nice. They're going to be sitting on their backsides, mind you. Having seen, I mean, I have one chum at Waterloo Station. I've been saying hello to him for 20 years. He works at Waterloo Station. I have never seen him do 1 minute's work. And I suspect that the strike will be the equivalent of what he normally gets paid to do.
Well, we can't vouch for him, Kelvin.
Well,
maybe he's doing
you
an
should get
important
him
job.
on. You should get him on. He's the most entertaining character.
Maybe
Never done a day's work in his life.
His job's to entertain the passengers. He obviously works.
Can we just get into the nitty-gritty of what's wanted by both sides here? Because a lot of the focus, obviously, on the RMT wanting to keep up with inflation, anything up to 11.1% pay increase. It's not going to happen, particularly if you've got a treasury that's very conscious about the example that sets to others. But something that I looked at over the weekend, this idea of ticket stations, ticket offices, booking offices closing to save £500 million. I think there are only about 1,000 left in England. If you are somebody who's not au fait with apps, if you're somebody who's got a question about your season ticket, heavens above, have you tried to work it online? Some of the more complicated routing questions, you need to speak to a human being.
Yes, I know, but look, I think that what you're doing is talking down to the vast majority of our country. I do accept there will be some old ears out there. of going on complicated journeys to which this is slightly a nightmare. But they have got relatives. Somebody can help them out. I think the whole idea of a world that hasn't embraced the online is absolutely ridiculous. Most people, I mean, I don't know whether you've noticed how many people are now using their smartphones now to pay for it. It's not just young people. It includes my partner. Now, if she's watching, that's a gag, right? But anyway, look, the truth about the matter is they should shut the places down. It's come to the end of its useful life.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. Look, for goodness sake, the RMT is kind of talking as though this is the railways exactly as they always were, the status quo. It was nothing like it. OK, the Office of Rail and Road last week said that revenue from season tickets has fallen by 72%. Yeah, they're trying to make a bit more with leisure, and so therefore what they're doing over the next 5 days is absolutely going to destroy confidence in that. But you haven't got the amount of money coming in. And so, therefore, any government of any colour would need to say, OK, do we want to get Colin and Kelvin to pay even more in tax than they are at the moment? Or should we smarten up and modernise the railways?
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.